The Credit Show podcast with Harry Jacobs starts now.
Folks that had accounts with Household Finance, that was a company that allowed you to help with fixing things in your home. You needed to finance a water heater or a pool heater or things like that. People used them as lines of credit a lot. And I got a call this past week and the week before, back in 2008, before the crash, 2007, accounts that in both cases, the consumers had settled them with a collection agency. Both cases. And these were, they're good-sized loans. They go from 25 to, I think I've seen a couple at 60 or 70 grand or something along those lines. But they're good size. So these consumers, both of them had the same story. They settled these, and now, they were settled back in 2016. So now, all these years later, both of them got phone calls from the same company, the same debt buyer, that was sold the balance of the debt that they owed, which, by the way, is illegal. Once you settle a debt, the rest of that debt is written off. We generally always get an agreement that says we're settling this debt for less than agreed. And that's how it should report on your credit. Anytime you settle a debt, it will say paid in full, settled for less than agreed, meaning settled for less than the original agreement. That's how that goes. By the way, these household finance items were too old to report on the credit, so we don't even know how they report it. And by the way, at this point in time, where we are, these accounts were settled in 2016. It's way beyond the point where they can be sued or it can report on their credit. They went delinquent, 12 years ago at this point. So the whole thing just stinks. And by the way, what I told both people was it's a scam because it's someone getting information. I don't even know that they were sold the debt. They may have just bought records for consumers that had them, that settled them. And their scam is to call them and say, well, you only paid a portion of it. You still owe the rest of it. And we can chase you for it and we can take you to court and, throw you in jail. Whatever crap they're selling. My response to consumers is tell them to go sell that somewhere else. They can't do any of that. They may threaten you. They may sound legit. They may talk to you with an authoritative tone. But it's the hallmark of the scammer that says, we will not validate this debt for you. Or it doesn't matter how much time has passed. On these loans, there's an exception. The law is the law. It doesn't change on a case-by-case basis. The only thing with money that you owe that is collectible forever are SBA loans and student loans that are federal student loans, the Stafford loans. The SBA loans and the student loans are not dischargeable in a bankruptcy either. So this household finance scam that's going on, just be advised, be aware of it. Don't pay something that you settled 6 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever it is.
You've been listening to the Credit Show podcast with Harry Jacobs. If you need assistance with your credit, text CREDIT to 702-778-2000.